there is a question here for you, PJ, and I want to ask this. This comes from Christine, and Christine says, could PJ please repeat what specific touches indicate to a man holding his hands, touching his chest? You were talking about that at one point during our presentation.
Absolutely. I love this. So when you're facing your man, right, and you hold his hands, both of his hands, and look him in the eyes, you're saying, I support you and I believe in you. When you touch his chest with both of your hands and look him in the eyes, you're saying, I feel safe with you. I feel safe in your arms. I feel safe in your presence. When you touch his upper arms, you're telling him, babe, you have the strength to do this. You can do this. You have the ability. You have the capability. And I know you can do this. You have it in you, because you're touching his upper arms, his muscles, his biceps, right? When you touch his face and you look him in the eyes, what you're saying is, babe, I love you. I support you and I love you and I'm there for you and you can trust me. And when you touch his face versus touching his hands, it's a different kind of support. When you touch his hands, it's, I am supporting you in the things that you want to do and I believe in you. But when you touch his face, it's a deeper love that says, I'm 100% here with you. We're connected. And it means something different when you touch his face. Play with it. It's really, really wonderful. It's really fun. And watch how he responds differently. And when a woman touches a man with that soft feminine, he will naturally want to protect her, because we love that. We're nurtured and fed by that feminine. And so we don't want to lose that. So we'll want to protect you and keep you in our lives.
Mm-hmm. It's really beautiful. And in dating or in, meeting men or flirting with men, I've noticed that just a slight touch, like on the forearm, is a way of expressing interest in kind of a, just a soft, gentle way. But a man is going to notice that. He's going to pick up on the fact that you've touched him and you've made that connection with him. And so touch, I think, is so powerful. And I'm so glad that you expressed that in that way. And I also, PJ, you and I have talked about this before in like our man panel interviews and that sort of thing. But I also love your advice about, like, when you're talking to a man, how different that conversation can be. Like if you're out for a walk together, side by side, or holding hands, where there's that connection, but it's not like we're sitting across from each other or having this big serious talk, because the talk, anytime you say, honey, we got to have a talk, the man wants to run for the door, right? He's like thinking, what did I do wrong? Oh boy.
Yes.
But having a conversation or connecting like that, even if you have something that you feel like you need to talk about, is a whole different, it creates that whole different environment and dynamic. And it's like you're exploring this together. It's not it doesn't feel like a negotiation or a confrontation kind of thing.
Yeah, and ladies, two things. One, when you touch him, you're telling him it's okay for him to touch you. Number two, this idea of communicating before you need to have the talk. So strengthening the relationship and going for walks and really nurturing that conversation and that connection before, and finding ways to communicate difficult things or things that could be a little bit sensitive for either of you in ways that are non-judgmental and are literally, by doing this ahead of time, you're saving yourself fights down the line. So strengthen the level of communication and that level of intimate communication early on in the relationship. Make sure that he feels safe early on in the relationship. And that guy probably won't want to go anywhere ever except into your arms.